This morning, we are learning the County Board of Supervisors will be holding an emergency meeting as demands intensify for Nathan Fletcher to resign immediately. Thank you so much for joining us. It is now 6 a.m. I'm Netta Iranpour.
And I'm Chris Grove, filling in for Eric Connor. Supervisor Fletcher is facing a lawsuit over claims of sexual assault and harassment from a former MTS employee. Fletcher denies the allegations and says that the interactions were consensual. He announced he would resign on May 15th. The board says that it does not have the ultimate power to remove Fletcher immediately, but they will vote on a resolution tomorrow to call for his resignation. Chairwoman Nora Vargas released a statement late last night. In it, she said, quote, "It's clear to me that in order to move forward with the business of this county and to meet the needs of the people we represent, Supervisor Fletcher must resign immediately." Supervisors are encouraging San Diegans to attend tomorrow's meeting and make their voices heard. Head to CBS8.com to find out how you can do just that. And today, a local plastic surgeon who performed breast implant surgery on a woman who died is scheduled to appear in court.
Police arrested Dr. Carlos Chacon last week at his office in Bonita. CBS 8's Dana Marie McNichol live at the South Bay Courthouse, and that's where he's going to be formally charged. Dana Marie, what types of charges will he be facing?
Well, according to the arrest warrant filed in this case, the DA actually plans to charge Chacon with a more serious charge of second-degree murder instead of involuntary manslaughter, which means a difference of 10 years in prison. Now, Megan Espinoza, she died after undergoing outpatient breast implant surgery in 2018 at the Divino offices in Bonita. Police arrested Dr. Chacon last Thursday morning. The arrest warrant alleges Dr. Chacon performed the surgery on 36-year-old mother under, quote, conscious sedation that resulted in cardiac arrest. And the doctor had no anesthesiologist in the room. There was loud music playing during the operation. He failed to call 911 for 3 hours after Espinoza went into cardiac arrest and lied multiple times about the woman's condition. Now, attorney Christian Jagush represented Espinoza's family in a lawsuit that ended in a large monetary settlement last year. He says the Espinoza family is still frustrated because despite the criminal charges, Dr. Chacon is still licensed to practice medicine.
Hopefully this will get the attention of the medical board and the legislators to make changes so that patients are protected.
And Chacon is expected today in court at 1:30 for his arraignment here in the South Bay Courthouse. Of course, we're going to get more details, hopefully, during this arraignment and bring them to you as soon as possible. I'm Dana Marie McNichol coming to you live from Chula Vista.
Also today, the 19-year-old accused of killing a man at a park in Claremont is set to be arraigned. Julian Vargas, one of 2 teenagers facing murder charges now, all in the death of 22-year-old Cesar Lopez Sandoval. You may remember this back in February. Lopez Sandoval died after being shot multiple times in this park. It's behind the North Claremont Recreation Center. It was in the middle of the day. After a lengthy investigation, Vargas and a 14-year-old boy were charged with capital murder. Because the 14-year-old is a minor, his name has not been released. Now this morning, a man accused of shooting 2 people with a shotgun, killing one of them, is under arrest after a pursuit. A shooting happened in Bonita yesterday morning. That man was killed. Another man was then shot near Hamishaw Lomita. He's expected to survive. Officers then tracked down the suspect. They chased him on several local freeways. CHP had to use spike strips to stop the car. And then they sent a canine to take down the suspect. No word on how the suspect and the victims may be connected. And now this morning, police in Alameda County, that's near Fremont in the Bay Area, investigating after a 5-year-old girl was shot and killed on the freeway. This happened Saturday night while she was in her parents' car. She's been identified as Eliana Crisotomo. The family was reportedly driving to a restaurant for a birthday party. So far, no arrests have been made. No suspects have been identified. Eliana would have turned 6 years old this Friday. And then let's show you what happened near Sacramento. 1 person died, at least 10 other people injured after a stolen car chase involving a 13-year-old driver. Look at the aftermath of this. Police in Woodland spotted the car driving erratically on Saturday, tried to pull the driver over, but they say the 13-year-old kept driving, eventually hitting 2 other cars. And then a fire erupted out of all that. 1 woman died. Officers say the 13-year-old took the car from a family member. The teen is facing felony charges.
A 2-hour-long standoff in Mission Beach ended up being a false call. Police got a call about a burglary yesterday morning at an apartment on Mission Boulevard. Police say they were trying to call out to the suspect they believed was inside, but once they breached the door, they say no one was there. Officers also say it looks like nothing was taken, so no one was arrested. And this morning, Mayor Todd Gloria is talking about the federal funding that San Diego secured to repair city streetlights. The city secured $3.5 million. It will go to repair streetlights in Pacific Beach, Point Loma, and Logan Heights. Right now, the city's electrical system is over 70 years old. The city says it is in dire need to be replaced. Mayor Gloria will share more details later this morning. And there's just a few hours left here for San Diego County property owners to pay their 2022 property tax bill. That's without penalties. You have until midnight. If you wait until after the due date, there will be a 10% interest hike. That increases each month until the account is paid off. As of Thursday, just under half of all county taxpayers had submitted payments. Property taxes are expected to generate over $8 billion for the county. And wow, whoa, that picture there,
Yeah.
Netta, I am trying to find words to describe it other than it's foggy.
Hard to see through this, right?
Hard to see.
That's a runway for where planes are supposed to land and take off. That's likely going to cause some delays here this morning. So check your flights, of course. San Diego International Airport, obviously impacted when we get dense fog the way we have. Here's another view for you in Kearney Mesa, Balboa, Convoy area, where we are all socked in. So it is extending inland, pretty far inland, in fact, on our visibility maps. We've seen visibility down low, even as far as, look, San Miguel Mountain, the clouds are getting pushed down by the area of high pressure. So today is going to be a warm afternoon eventually because of that high pressure. But for now, the marine layer came in from the coast and then high pressure just squashed it all down. That's not a technical term, obviously, for this, but that's the reason why you'll be driving through it. If you're waking up this morning going for a walk, perhaps, yeah, you'll be walking through it. It's kind of misty in the air as well. On the east side of our mountains, not the case. You'll see right there that glow of the sun. 6:25 a.m. is our sunrise time. But let's talk about what's going on the west side of the mountains where visibility, it's down to a third of a mile now in Otay Mesa. Downtown San Diego, it's a little bit better, in fact, even though how foggy that view looked, still 1.7 mile visibility. Kearney Mesa, Miramar, a third mile, all the way up to Carlsbad. West of the 5, of course, La Jolla, Del Mar, Encinitas. Yeah, you're going to notice very foggy, misty conditions. That's why we have this dense fog advisory through 10 a.m. So the Weather Service issued this last night with these driving tips. Slow down, use your headlights, leave a distance between you and the car in front of you. It is 51 degrees in Del Mar, 52 in Encinitas, 47 right now in Poway, La Mesa 52. And some of you are a little bit cooler this morning than yesterday at this time during the 6 a.m. hour. Afternoon highs will be warmer though. So some of the coastal conditions may be stuck under the clouds where you'll be in the 60s, inland upper 70s. Let's show you what's going on with traffic here, and we'll show you a couple incidents. Because of the fog, of course, so we often tend to see, unfortunately, some of the crashes as people just have a tough time getting through this. So there is a crash right now on the 8. This is eastbound right before the 125, so a heads up to you that direction. You'll want to just kind of keep an eye out for that. The exit ramp at the 163 northbound to Quince Drive is blocked, and that's due to emergency repairs in that area. Also, we want to give you a look at those border wait times from the Customs and Border Protection website. 105 minutes for the general line at the San Ysidro Port of Entry and 95 minutes to go through the Otay Mesa Port of Entry. That's if you're coming from Mexico into San Diego. Chris?